Hey, hope you're staying warm. It's definitely cold outside. Low visibility with the snow and the clouds. Definitely you can't see very much outside, which is actually why I'm inside. Um, so turns out we did not meet 3 out of the 4 Sundays in December, and we are sad about that. But we are definitely looking forward to where God is leading us in the future of our church family, and wanted to kind of let you know some stuff that's coming, some stuff to look forward to because we haven't been meeting. So we wanted to remind everyone that we do meet on Sundays in general, and we really want to meet. We have someone in place to clear the parking lot, but the leadership team and several other people that I talked to really felt like this winter storm that came in was stronger than we thought, and we wanted to keep everybody safe. I wanted to share a little bit from the scriptures and let you know kind of where we're headed over the next several weeks and months as a church. I'm really excited about some stuff that God is leading me to teach on. So last Sunday, December 19th, talked about lights, and I mentioned in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, where it talks about that God made the sun as like the greater light to govern the day, and then the moon and the stars as lesser lights to govern the night. Next Sunday, which is January 2nd, I'm going to elaborate on that some more. We're going to take a look at some specifics about the moon, the phases of the moon. We're going to talk about eclipses. Maybe some of you probably went outside in the middle of the night a couple nights ago and watched the total lunar eclipse. Many of you tried, and it was cloudy in Boone. But anyway, we're going to talk about some significance of phases of the moon, significance of different kinds of eclipses, and really kind of where that comes from is Psalm 19. It actually says that the heavens declare the glory of God. And here I'm going to read from one translation of the Bible called Message Remix. Definitely recommend that if you like reading the Bible and you like some fresh words. God's glory is on tour in the skies, Godcraft on exhibit across the horizon. It goes on to say that God makes a huge dome for the sun, a superdome. The morning sun is a new husband leaping from his honeymoon bed, the day-breaking sun an athlete racing to the tape. So it compares the sun to a bridegroom, and just talks about, and the psalmist talks about how the stuff in the sky is meant to speak or to demonstrate the word of God and the glory of God. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, it says this: you will notice that the varieties of bodies is stunning. It's referring to, in the context, as the bodies, the heavenly bodies in the sky. And it says, you get a hint at the diversity of resurrection glory by looking at the diversities of bodies not only on earth but in the skies: sun, moon, stars, all these varieties of beauty and brightness. So there's this comparison to the sun being a bridegroom coming from his pavilion, from his honeymoon bed, it says in that translation. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, it compares the sun, the moon, and the stars to resurrection glory. It's like this example of resurrection. And so this coming Sunday, January 2nd, there's someone that's a part of our church family that wants to get baptized, and so we're trying to figure out the details of how we're going to do that. We're probably not going to do it outside because that's dangerous, but we're going to figure out a place to go after our Sunday gathering for him to be baptized, as well as anyone else that would want to be baptized. So that's January 2nd. And then the following Sunday, January 9th, so 2 weeks from today, we're going to be starting a series through the book of Isaiah. So Isaiah can be found roughly in the middle of the Bible, a little bit to the right of the middle. It's a pretty long book of the Bible. Isaiah was a prophet. He was also very poetic in what he wrote and how he worded the prophecies that God had given him. So if you want to get a head start, a 2-week head start, you can find the book of Isaiah. If you find Psalms, you can go a little bit to the right. If you got to Jeremiah, you went a little bit too far. But it's long, and just wanted to encourage us as a church family to read this on our own. I would recommend trying to read it during the month of January. It'd be a couple chapters a day, and you could read the entire book of Isaiah. So a week from today, which is January 2nd, will be the moon. Phases of the moon, the eclipses that involve the sun and the moon and the earth, and then the following week we're going to start an extended series on the book of Isaiah. So just wanted to let you know where we're headed, and I know that we haven't been meeting and I've missed everybody, but we're definitely planning to continue to meet, and got a guy in place to clear the snow. Hope you're staying warm, hope that you had a great Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you all Sunday, January 2nd. And again, if baptism is something that you have been interested in, and maybe several months ago when a bunch of us were baptized, a bunch of our church was baptized, maybe you were interested but didn't do it, and this is another opportunity. So by Sunday we'll give you the details of how we're going to do that. So if that's just something you're interested in, you might want to bring a towel and some sort of swim trunks or something like that, some swimming attire. Well, blessings to you, and Happy New Year if I don't see you before Sunday.
Yeah.